So I'm leaving the mess that's Klingman's Dome. As gorgeous as that is, there's just way too many people. And I'm heading out towards Andrews Bald. And then I'm going to turn right down the Forney Creek Trail. And then from there, we're going to do a little bushwhacking. And I've heard rumors that off trail, you can find an old steam engine that the Norwood Lumber Company used in like the 1920s when they logged up here in the Smokies. And I'm not going to tell you how to get there because it is off trail, and if you get lost and end up getting rescued or heaven forbid something happens to you, it's not going to be my fault. So I'm just going to tell you there's an old steam engine out in the woods, and we're going to try to find it today. And we're going to go out this trail for a ways, and then we're going to bushwhack. I'd forgotten what a beautiful trail this was. You're going right along the ridge line, and it's rocky, but it is beautiful rocky, if that makes sense. Funny, I left Klingman's Dome and have not seen a person, even though it was an absolute zoo crawling with people back up at the dome. Once you get out of sight of the road, it is amazing how peaceful and how the Smokies just completely changes. Especially this time of year. In the winter, there's just no one out. I guess I should have mentioned that this trail has some absolutely spectacular views as well. And here we are at the trail junction. That way is Andrews Bald. That way is down Forney Creek Trail. And back there is the way we came, back up to Klingman's Dome. We are going to head down the Forney Creek Trail towards what I consider to be the best trout stream in the world. And from here on our expedition to find the old steam engine, we are not going to give you any more directions. Like I said, if you get hurt or lost when you are off trail, that's on you and not on me. I have brought a knife, fire starting gear, a little bit of a shelter. I'm prepared if I would happen to get lost that I would be comfortable overnight out here. And I would suggest that anybody that is foolhardy enough to try this, do the same. Okay, so we are now off trail. As you can see, pretty well off trail. There's the faintest of paths here, but not much of one. Like I said, kids, don't try this at home. This is a pretty big wilderness. You get turned around out here. It's not like you're going to walk out in 5 minutes. And from what I understand, for some reason, this is a section of the Smokies that people do that quite often. Well, our path is getting pretty obscure here now that we're got fallen leaves over everything and we're out in this little more open country. Have to pay some serious attention to what we're doing. Check this out. We have found out here a few miles from the road probably this piece of old rail from when this was logged in, I don't know, this was probably a piece of a rail line, 1915, 1920. I think there was a giant forest fire in 1925, and so it would have definitely been before that. You can also now see a pretty solid flat from the old rail bed, so I'm pretty sure I am on the right track. Again, this is a spectacular hike in winter because you have all of these great views out into the Forney Creek Valley. I imagine if you went that way far enough, it'd probably nearly kill you, but you would come out in Bryson City. Check it out. An old enameled tub, I guess. Piece of bucket or tub or something from the 20s. Awfully cool. Now that we've found the old rail bed, this is becoming a walk in the park now. At least I know I won't get lost on this part, because every other part of the mountain is straight down. There's no mistaking the way to go here. It is literally straight up and down. This probably doesn't do justice to how steep everything else is right here. So straight down, I don't know if you can tell this or not, but this is like a straight down from the rail bed. Down there about 100 yards. Looks like a little bit of a cave. I would think this time of year might be a swell place for a bear to get up. I don't think we're going to go down and see if it is or not. If nothing else, because that is straight down. I could literally throw a rock 30 foot out and land down there, which is probably a good 100 yards away. So anyway, back to the expedition. I don't know if you can see this or not, but peeking up through the leaves here is some old cinders and coals, obviously from the old train. Pretty cool. Old bucket here, very cool. Look at this decorative piece of old metal. Busted off up here and up there. Looks like it was the door to something, probably a boiler or something. It was pretty decorative, actually. Love to know the history behind that. Oh, we are finding stuff fast and furious now. Look at all this old stuff. Wonder what that is. Oh my goodness, that weighs an absolute ton. Very, very cool. I don't know, some old equipment used by the steam engine to skid the old logs up to the tracks, maybe. Not sure. If anybody knows what that is, there's a couple of them here. Please let me know. Some old pipe. Band off of an old barrel, maybe. The rest of it's completely rotted away. Not sure. Check it out. Some more relics from the past. Hopefully our steam engine isn't in just 1,000 little pieces scattered through the woods here. Don't know, but this is getting pretty exciting. We must be getting close. And another metal band. Parts to the same barrel, maybe? Woods is getting thick again. Oh, I think I see, yep, look at this. Some more old rail. Quite a bit of twisted old rail here. Some more there. Very, very cool. Oh, there she is. Not too much further than those last bunch of big parts we seen. So maybe they were part of this. Here's some more debris here. Now legend has it this is a locomotive, but that is just not the case. That's just a myth. What this is a big steam boiler engine that would have been on a train car, and it would have skidded the logs. This would have provided the power to skid the logs up these straight up and down hillsides. I don't know if you can see in there. Look inside the boiler. This would have provided the power to skid these gigantic logs up to the tracks. Oh, this is cool, boys. Looky here. Here's where the old fire must have been, and I imagine those pipes there were what caused the steam. We've seen it out the other end. That was probably a water tank, and those pipes went through it and created steam. The door where somebody would have had a heck of a job shoveling coals in there all day to power this baby. How cool is this? In the middle of absolute nowhere. Now I don't know if this was destroyed by the forest fire and left here, or what happened. If someone has some history as why this steam engine was left here, let me know. Because all you hear is the popular myth that it was a locomotive that tumbled down the mountain, and that is not the case. This is a steam engine that would have helped in the logging process. It's huge. Let me back up a little bit. Gotta back up through the woods here so you can get a look at it. Very cool. Some more debris scattered down the hillside below the big steam boiler. I don't know, part of the mechanism that pulled the logs up maybe. And then over here, I have a galvanized steel tub and the big pulley next to it that, like I said, that was probably part of the rig that pulled the logs up the mountainside. Very cool. Especially considering how far off trail this is and how few people see it. I feel pretty privileged to have found it. So, a little more metal here. Some of the steel cable that obviously was used to pull the logs up to the train. One thing I have noticed that is conspicuous, there is no trash that wouldn't have been left here in 1920. There's no graffiti spray painted on anything. There's no beer bottles, no plastic water bottles. I guess that's a testament to just how hard this guy is to find and how few people have been here. Makes you appreciate it a little more. Another view of the big old steam boiler out here in the woods. I think I'm gonna sit down here and drain the water bottle and just soak up the winter sun here a little bit on this hillside, and then tackle the big climb back out of here. This concludes my adventure finding the old steam engine on the side of the mountain here. Hope you enjoyed it.